representing hypnosishelps.info, and I'm here to follow up on the previous case I presented to you. The previous case was titled Hypnosis Helps Woman with Alienation from Her Doctor. I finished that case presentation with a reference to the Chowchilla kidnapping case, which happened on July 15, 1976. In researching that case, I am not able to find any references to the fact and the part that hypnosis played in that case. So my reason for presenting this case today is twofold. One, to give support to the previous case and the idea, the power of Hypno-Diagnostics, and to give an account of the role that hypnosis, and more specifically Hypno-Diagnostics, played in the Chowchilla kidnapping case of July 1976. Now, I have reported in previous case reports that when hypnotized, people can generally remember 60 to 80% more than they can in a normal waking state. And this is generally recognized and accepted by forensic experts. So, my question is, why are there no reports or descriptions of the part that hypnosis played in helping to solve the Chowchilla kidnapping case in 1976? Not even by such highly respected programs like 48 Hours or any of the books written about this case. So I guess it would be fair to say that I'd like to set the record straight because without hypnosis, I don't think the case would have been solved as fast as it was or turned out as it did. And without hypnosis, there may have even been some loss of life in the Chowchilla kidnapping case. Now, as I got it, what happened was that the bus driver managed to escape from the place where he and the children were buried in the desert. And out of fear of being detected by kidnappers, the bus driver decided to seek help on his own in the dark, made his way to the authorities, but could only give vague descriptions of the kidnappers and could not recall the license number of the van they were driving, even though he had seen the rear end of the van and had seen the license, although only briefly. Routine hypnotherapeutic examination was conducted, but to no avail. So an advanced hypno-diagnostic procedure was decided on, and it produced results which saved the day. Hallelujah. And in my opinion, the hypno-diagnostic procedure that produced results proves just how tremendously powerful hypnosis is. Instead of using hypnotic age regression, a procedure called direct suggestive ideomotor response was used. The bus driver was hypnotized once again and was given the hypnotic suggestion that because he had seen the rear end of the van, the license plate numbers were embedded in his subconscious mind. And when the authorities, repeated a number which he had seen on the license plate of that van, he would have an ideomotor or automatic response while hypnotized in the form of an index finger twitch. And with that procedure, they got all but 2 of the license plate numbers and immediately identified the kidnappers and engaged in a search for the kidnappers, which they were successful before morning. And before those 26 children suffocated had been buried in that deep hole in the desert. And remember, it was in July. So think about how hot it must have been in a hole that was over 12 feet deep, as I understand it. Now, I believe this version over that which has been reported, such as the one that claims that the children had to spend the night buried in that desert delivery truck box for at least 8 hours. I simply don't believe they could have survived. Remember, they were kidnapped at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And to spend the night in a hole in the desert, in a hole about 12 feet deep, they couldn't have survived. And that demonstrates the tremendous therapeutic, and in this case, the forensic power of hypnosis in this case. Thank God that the investigating police department had the wisdom to use hypnosis as they did to solve the identities of those kidnappers and rescue those children before something terrible happened. So there, I rest my case and believe this to be one of the greatest hypnosis cases ever. And once again, hope that you too agree and have gained increased faith and confidence in hypnosis from it. Just another way that hypnosis helps. Thank you for considering this case, and I hope the lessons it teaches stays with you from now on. Thank you once again for your time in considering this case and the previous case, and the lessons that each have given us. Thank you once again.